Hello there, Erin here. I have a scrapbook layout for you today featuring the Reindeer Memories. Now, this is the workshop. I have the coordinating sticker sheet that comes along with the workshop, and then lots of papers. Now, some of these papers are from the actual Reindeer Memories workshop, and then some are from the Reindeer Days paper pack. I've kind of mixed them up here. I have these super cute photos of Dave and Brian underneath the Christmas tree. I swear they spent the entire month under this tree, wrestling, napping, just being so cute. So I've got a series of photos, and there they are, just kind of in a full-blown wrestle cat mode there. So I think these are going to be really cute. My Christmas tree is plaid, and then this one complements the colors of the kitties. So I've kind of narrowed it down to, yes, I definitely want to use those two pattern papers. Now I've got a bunch of scraps too that I could possibly work in. The Scrapbooking Workshop comes with coordinating cardstock as well as some bonus die cuts and title options, which you see here. So let me clear these out of the way. And I do want to just really point out that the plaid paper I plan on using is only available in the Reindeer Days paper pack. So I have already gutted out a piece of garden green cardstock, and then we are creating a frame style layout with some white here. So we have that nice green border around the outside. I am using one of my own scrapbooking layouts as inspiration for this design. So I know I want my photos in a column. Now I've got 3 and I think I'm going to show 3, but you could do all 4 like this, 3x4s going top to bottom. But I do want to include this story in a flip flap. So I think I'll just have the 3 and include the additional photo in a flip flap. I think this color pattern paper, this is one of the bonus patterns in the workshop. Looks really nice with the kitties, so I think we'll use that one and then maybe anchor the bottom for a little horizontal pop of color here with the plaid. So the plaid is a busier pattern. I want to kind of tone it down a little bit and then maybe map my main focal photo on more of that green that I gutted from our base piece. So I think that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and cut that down. I'll go ahead and share all the measurements with you. This brown pattern paper is 5 inches wide by 11 inches tall. And then this one is 11.5 wide by 3.5 tall. Now you could remove this section hidden behind the brown pattern, which I probably will do, but I'm just going to dry fit this all out for now. My green cardstock photo mat is 5 inches wide by 6.25 tall. Keep in mind that my main focal photo is not a true 4x6. It's 4 by 5.25. So you would want to cut your photo mat accordingly if you have a 4x6 photo. So I'm trying to decide which one I want on top there. Probably like that. I think that's going to be really cute. Now, these are really fun. These are the Reindeer Days, they call them Memory and More card packs. So you've got stickers and then 3x4. There's 2 sheets of each of the sticker packs there. And then they are nice heavyweight stickers. So these are 3x4s and they're cute little title options, journaling blocks, little embellishments are great for layering. So I think of these as pocket cards for pocket scrapbooking, but they can be used for so much more. That's super cute. I like that too. So these are the 3x4s. And then we also have some 4x6s. I'm looking for embellishments that I could fussy cut from these or maybe some title options. So I like that you have multiples of each so you can use them in different ways. That's cute with the presents. Ooh, that could work for a title. Very merry. Oh, I like the back too. So the cats were certainly very merry. They had so much fun. And I think that that's a really good size. So I'm going to go for it. I've got my microtip scissors and I'm cutting around it just kind of loosely and then I will fine tune the edges there. So move the paper, not your scissors, and you'll get some nice rounded corners. And you could have cut this out in a square too if you wanted to simplify the fussy cutting, but I want my borders tight so it just kind of looks like it's stamped on the layout a little bit. So just one more little snip there, and let me clean up the little V, and I think this is going to fit that space very nicely. So let me scoot those out of the way. And yeah, I like it. And now we can kind of layer it over the photo. Now this is cute too. I am actually going to fussy cut that out so that I can use it. I'll go ahead and get that done off camera. And I'm thinking maybe we can slide it underneath here. Since they're underneath the Christmas tree, I feel like all those little wintry trees play into the photos and the story nicely. How many of you have cats that are just so naughty when the Christmas decor comes out? I consider myself pretty lucky because they'll occasionally pull the lower ornaments off the tree, but knock on wood, they haven't broken anything. I'm going to ink up the edges with black ink just to kind of give this a little bit of separation. But we've all seen those videos where the cats are climbing the tree, the people come in and it's knocked over or ornaments are shattered everywhere. If you have one of those naughty kitties, I'd love to hear your story in the comments section below. I have this stamp set in my stash. It's an old one from close to my heart. Ooh, I've got some already stamped out too. They're dogs and cats playing in the Christmas lights. So how perfect is that? It's called A Furry Merry Christmas. I know this one was popular, so you might have it in your stash too. I don't want to use the dogs. I just want to focus on the kitties. So I need to stamp this one. I've got the kitty in the box and then this one playing in the lights. I am going to color them in with alcohol markers. So I'm using the Memento ink, which is alcohol marker friendly. And then I do still recommend you give them just a little bit to dry before coloring them in. I went through my marker collection and picked out a few. I'm actually scrapbooking at a retreat right now, so I just kind of bagged up my Christmas colors. That's pecan pie, which I think will be perfect for the cardboard box. And then for the kitty, I grabbed one of my tri-blends in gold brown, and I think that'll be nice to kind of match the kitties and go with the layout. And then we also want to use real red for the ribbon on the box. And I love that you can customize your colors to match your papers. So that's what's fun about stamps, is they always seem to work. And I say that all the time, but it just makes it so much easier. So again, these are the Pecan Pie Stampin' blends. There's a bullet tip, which I'm using the darker version of the marker. They come two to a pack. You have a light and a dark. So I'm adding some shadows with the bullet tip on the darker side. Now I've been using my tri-blends for a long time, and I do love them both. I do find that the Stampin' blends tend to wick, maybe bleed a little bit more. So it's just practice, maybe hold back from the edge just a smidge to allow for that. But I like the brush tip because it allows you to color in a large space very quickly. So I'm filling it in with the lighter color, and then you can always go back in and add some shadowing too. And this is, again, real red. I'm adding some red to the ribbon on the box. And there's some kind of trailing off to the side here. And then I'll go in with the dark and add just a little bit of shadowing. I won't make you watch the entire coloring process, but I thought it might be helpful to see a little bit. I'm going to add some green to the kitty's eyes, and I'm just drawing inspiration from Brian and Dave in the photos there. I tend to be literal when I'm coloring animals and use realistic colors, but of course you don't have to. My goal is to have it to complement the story and the layouts, so the, literal colors work out well for me in this case. And again, the color I'm using for the kitty is the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend in gold brown. Funny story, Dave is the darker one. He's this beautiful deep orange color, and Brian is like a pale or diluted shade. He's like a champagne. And when I first brought him home, Brian was very sickly as a kitten, and my husband's like, "Why is he so pale? Is that because he's sick?" And no, but that's his color. It made me laugh. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down because I know I'm not going to be moving this around, and that way we can build up our embellishment clusters. I'm tucking my paper under because I like that layered look rather than butting them up next to each other. Now I know I want an embellishment cluster up here by the title, and a very natural balance would be to create a diagonal draw and create another embellishment cluster in the lower right-hand corner. So there's a few stickers on the sticker sheet. I grabbed these little gift boxes and I thought that would be fun to kind of just give the idea of the kitties playing under the tree in the boxes. Now, even though there's no gifts in the actual pictures, they were still doing that all season long. So I think it just kind of plays into the memory nicely. There's also the sticker sheets in the Memories and More card pack with the 3x4 and 4x6 pocket cards. So we've got several sheets of these stickers, and I thought it would be fun to layer some of these in around my stamped embellishment up here. So these are some holly leaves. There's more presents that you could pull from these. We've got another holly leaf here. So I want this kind of full, and that might be too big for the space. Just kind of playing with some ideas. We'll tack that onto the side for now. And like I said, there's different little gift boxes. So maybe we can bring a little pop of green and fill in this space even more. I'm going to bump these over just a bit here so we can get everything situated just so. On my stamp, there's a sentiment that says Meowy Christmas. I thought that might be fun. So I die cut a circle from the Spotlight on Nature circle dies, and I want to try to incorporate this on the page. I've got real red, which coordinates with the paper, and let's just stamp this and see if we can sneak it in. I'm a big fan of stamping or adding word phrases. I like to call them word sentiments onto my pages and kind of mix in the text with my embellishment clusters. I don't have a whole lot of room. Let's see. I could put that there. I feel like I'm covering up. Well, you know what? I can't put that there because I was going to use that as a flip flap. So maybe over here. I don't know. I'm not optimistic that this is going to work, actually. It's a bit big. So what I can do is maybe cut it down. Sometimes less is more, which can be hard to do. We want to put it all on the page. I just thought it was so cute because it would read Very Merry Meowy Christmas. Maybe we could actually put it up here with the title so it reads, that doesn't work. Let's cut it up. Maybe it's a circle that's the problem, and we could just trim this out like we did with the title and see if that works. I hate to waste the circle, but that's okay. It's just paper. I am feeling pretty accomplished. For some reason, I kind of got behind in my Christmas scrapbooking, so I'm making a big effort. I'm going to have lots of Christmas layouts for you coming up soon. So sorry, I got off camera a little bit there. Now we've got this little piece, much smaller, and let's see, I don't like that. Let's try it up here, maybe. You know what? I'm covering too much of that paper. I got rid of the point or the holly sticker and the Meowy Christmas, and maybe we can just continue our trees all the way across. I like that. That makes sense. That looks good. So we'll just tuck this under the kitty and not use the Meowy Christmas. I thought it'd be fun to add a little border of ribbon. So I'm going to cut a length of that and then tie a bow. So rather than tying the bow actually around the twine, it's easier just to kind of fake it and glue it to the top. So normally I would tuck that around, but all of those layers are already adhered. So what we're going to do is just put a tiny bead of glue directly under my trees, and then I can kind of roll this little twine up into it. So I'm going to tuck one end under there, and then that is looking good. So I'm going to give that a moment to dry, and then I will tuck under the other side with a little glue dot. I think this adds a fun little detail. We'll tie the bow right on the bottom. So let me snip that off, and then I'm going to use one of these tiny little glue dots to sneak this underneath here and secure that edge. Since I glued it, I could have just cut it flush, but I do think it looks nicer when you can kind of tuck it under. So we're going to give that a go. And yeah, that looks good. I thumbed through the mix and match ephemera pack and found these two ornaments. They match, and I thought it would just kind of further capture that vibe of the kitties playing in the Christmas decor. So I'll put those up there. And you'll notice I also added some red enamel dots to each of the embellishment clusters. Isn't that cute? It's fun to take in all the details, and there's a little bow, there's some more dots, and now I went ahead and typed up my story, put that in a flip flap, and I added my Meowy Christmas on the inside. I was just bound and determined to use that. So this is going to sit right here, and I will adhere it to the outside of my page protector. I stamped a few little kitty paw prints on the inside too. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you'd hit that thumbs up button. You can find the supplies listed in the description box below, and I can't wait to read through your naughty Christmas kitty stories. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.